Good evening, everybody. We are gonna start the regular town board meeting today at October 21st of 2024 at 6:30 PM at our town hall on County H. Roll call
Kevin Gillett,
here.
Larry Huber,
Here.
Jason Clahutch,
Here.
myself, Teresa Clahutch, Ruth Kirsch, Lauren Eager, and you are,
Tom Stoller.
and Tom Steller.
All right, thank you. Pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, verification of public notice.
Our agenda was posted on our website. It was posted outside our town hall and it was posted in the clerk's office.
Perfect, thank you. Agenda presentation. Anybody have any issues with what they have seen here?
Make a motion to accept the agenda. Or the minutes, sorry.
The agenda.
We're talking about
Or agenda, run agenda, yes,
Yep.
okay, make a motion to accept the agenda.
I'll second that.
All right, I have a motion made by Jason to accept the agenda as presented and a second by Larry. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Approval of meetings from September 16th of 24. I think they were all emailed out.
Yes, and we now have this copy.
Yep.
You got that one collection in there.
Yes, I made that correction that you noted.
Okay. I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented. They're accurate.
I'll second that. So I have a motion by Larry to accept the minutes from the September 16th, 24 meeting as presented, and a second by Kevin. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. Treasurer's report, Ina was unable to make it today. Due to a meeting that she couldn't get out of, but she sent everything over.
Yep, so she sent us her regular spreadsheets, which she does every month. So currently in our our
Make a motion for checking.
big Luxembourg checking, we have $1,315.77. In our money market, we have $38,440.79. Our broadband account, we have $15,650. We have a CD for the fire department that is $137,040.94. Our cemetery account has $14,333, and our LGIP account has $473,473.76. And that's our total account. So anybody have any questions about the report?
No outstanding receivable.
No, none at this time.
We did send that check back from Wisconsin Public Service to
Lament.
Lament.
Yes, we did. We did that one
Okay.
on last week sometime.
Just want to
Yep.
make sure that,
And then the same with McNulty surveying. We did that one as well.
so if the mail did their job, they should have it.
Right, correct.
Okay, I make a motion we accept the treasurer's report.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion from Larry to accept the treasurer's report as presented, and a second by Jason. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it will carry. Public comment? Do we have anybody online?
No.
Anybody in the room have any public comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll move on. Okay. Town of Anapee to discuss County Line Road. And the memorandum understanding, which we were presented from their town board meeting, so thank you for coming, Tom. In looking at the past memorandum, we don't really see, at least I don't see any problem with what the past was. Now that I'm aware of it.
The MOU was just for that undeveloped section of County Line Road. The map, I think, was more germane to our current discussions.
So I think we can update this thing, right, to be a current date and maybe be a little more clearer in what we're looking at.
I think that would be best for both of us.
Yeah, so, I mean, in my opinion, I think since this is what we were supposed to be going off of, that, I would like to,
What we
Advise the
talked
board.
about here was the two sections. That 3/4 of a mile of roadway from the highway east for 3/4 of a mile, which is what we have according to not only the map, but then also when you take a look at the Department of Transportation and road aids, that's it. And then the other piece is the other 3/4 of a mile is on yours, right? Okay, and then the only thing that isn't really covered fully here is that segment off of Carnet Road, but it is covered. The town will plow, town of Anapee will plow snow, ice, and all winter, spring maintenance on that portion called Jandron Road, which is like east of Carnet Road. And the town of Anapee will do summer and fall maintenance grading on Jandron and County Line west of Carnet to the end of the road. So that was, what we said here, materials such as gravel to be cost shared proportionally to each town. But I think that was just addressing that piece of it.
Yes,
yeah, that's
The
just what
east
you
side
said.
of it.
yes.
Okay. And then it says that will begin November 15th, 2016, until otherwise agreed upon, otherwise agreed upon. So I don't, if we just rewrite this to say that, yes, this is still in effect, I don't have any problem with that.
But what we would need to do, I think what Tom is saying, right, because then the map came out. And it was more of a gentleman's whatever,
Yes,
so therefore,
Oh, that wasn't even referenced.
we will put that in the memorandum.
Map.
We will
Yes,
add it
let's-
to the
let's get
memorandum
together and-
together, and we will keep it just the way the map shows.
Yep.
Right, and we'll do it basically the way we were. So with that being said, we were looking to do two things, right? We were looking at cost sharing, but that's not really your responsibility. So therefore, I would ask my board and I would make a motion that we will pay full price from the highway to Old Krieger. That according to this agreement should be our responsibility
Correct.
to begin with. Then we are responsible for another 1/4 of a mile going down County Line Road
To the east.
to the east, correct?
And we could then, because you also mentioned talking about making that class B,
Correct.
which we handle separately, but we could do that legally because that road is
Part of-
on our
Part of our maintenance part.
road aids, yeah.
Right, and I think that's what Mr. Stoller had mentioned, that even at your meeting,
I think if you look at road aid,
Mhm.
it's gonna be the north half for the whole section of it. So basically that gets split in half, but that's just a technicality.
As far as I can tell, when, the two highway commissioners for Kiwanee County and Door County were in that meeting, they were basically saying, that they don't look at it one side of the road or the other side of the road, they look
Yeah.
at maintenance.
And, right,
So they just maintain, who gets there first does it.
right.
But when we get down to the point of doing maintenance on that road,
Yes,
I think we get the road aid for 3/4 of a mile, and you get road aid for 3/4 of a mile.
it gets split.
Right,
So if we have, let's just say we have 2 miles of border road,
yeah,
each of us gets a mile of road aid.
right?
It's,
Hmm.
that's just.
Yeah, and instead of saying north half, south half.
Yeah.
We're saying east half, west
Yeah.
half. Okay,
I think after thinking about the meeting, we're both on the same page.
yeah, we
We
are,
just
Right, we
need
just need to,
update,
we just needed to update and have all the information.
yeah,
right, which we didn't have.
Right,
We had it, but we didn't know we had it.
that's, that's the thing when things are done and filed away 20 or 30 or 40 years ago and boards change and.
Yep.
yeah. So I don't think it's a major problem.
No, I don't see it as an issue at all.
So as far as the understanding of memorandum, we can type something up, which will be extremely similar, it'll maybe just add a couple roads to, you know what I mean? This
Yeah.
part of the description, right?
Mhm.
I'm assuming we would have that for your meeting at that point, and then I guess, do we pass it on our end first? Here,
It
saying that,
doesn't matter who passes it first, we just
Right.
both have to,
Agreed.
Agree on it.
Right.
both boards.
so it
have to
doesn't even
pass.
really need to be passed?
No, it has to
Well,
be
it has
passed
to-
by motion by each board,
Yeah,
so. That's
So we
how
wanna
both
write it.
boards agree,
So this
yes.
will be like a couple, well, because of meetings,
Yeah,
right, it'll be,
we'll write it and pass it between us and
and get it done.
get it
Okay.
worked out. And
yeah,
So
I,
maybe we can try to get it done and get it over to you for your meeting. You guys would pass it first, cause ours is after your meeting. We would be able to pass it second, right? And if
Yeah,
they
that's
wanted,
fine.
if they wanted to tweak it at that point, meaning your board of, oh, like this little wording here, right, that you
Yeah.
see. We think this, okay,
Sure, yeah,
moving on.
I agree. Yeah.
When is your next meeting?
Our next meeting is the third Wednesday of November.
really.
Sorry, it's just been nuts.
Third Wednesday, we put it on the
20th.
20th,
Yep.
and our next meeting is on the 18th.
Yeah,
Okay, so
So
then
we
we'll
can
do
do
it
it on
first
the
and then we'll write it over to you or
Yeah.
email it.
Either way, we'll get this worked out between us.
Cause I could just take and attend their meeting on November 20th.
Sure.
and get it done, so.
Did you get an email from Thad regarding the state wanting to do a detour down county line?
No, not yet.
I'm hoping, I'm guessing you do, because, or are going to, because I got one from him today.
Oh, maybe,
This afternoon.
maybe it's coming.
Apparently there are some bridges on 42 that are gonna get redone on the south and north end of Forestville. And the county wants to use the rebuilt section of county line, and I'm assuming Old Krieger as a detour.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well,
Well-
we'll just put a little toll gate. And we'll get the next road fixed.
That we haven't heard about, but that would make sense if
Yeah.
you would go up
Yeah.
Old Creek Road, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just,
And I didn't get my mail today.
Seemed like you
It
kinda
might go
leaned
to the
towards
clerk
that.
first.
I haven't
You kinda
received
hinted
anything
towards that, I think
today.
at that last meeting in Anapee.
Well, you know, you guys had talked about possibly the county taking over county line or
That's-
whatever.
well, that's the county level.
That is a whole nother issue there.
and that, we can't even be concerned about that right now.
No,
because
no, I
that's-
think that's gonna be a pipe dream just because,
That'd probably be a pipe dream, and even if it did happen, it would be years away.
yes,
I agree.
The other thing we talked about was making county line and on our end possibly Cedar Class B until they get redone, that they can handle the traffic.
yeah,
And that's something we're gonna be discussing at our, I'm gonna put it on the agenda for our November meeting.
yeah. So, I mean, you guys already know what we're trying to do, and I didn't think there was any objection on your end of it
No,
to stop that traffic from happening and
no, we've gotta do what we can
to save it as long as you can.
yes. Because either way, it's gonna cost a lot of money,
Yes,
as you well know.
yes,
Yes, we know.
unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Yes,
So. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna make a motion here, to pay for County Line Road from the highway to Old Krieger. For our agreement that we've had,
We're the ones that got,
so, right,
yeah, they're the monies.
right, but the whole point is I'm assuming we wanna do a motion on that and pass that?
I
Then
would
there's,
think we'd have to. do
then
more.
there's nothing as far as Anarchy needs to worry
Right,
about or
right.
have any concerns, so.
Exactly,
My motion is to pay for that in its entirety based off of what we have.
right.
Yeah.
Go from
I
there.
agree with that, I second.
All right, so I have a motion from Kevin to take care of the funding on that portion of the road and a second by Larry. All in favor?
All right,
Aye,
I
opposed?
think we're gonna pay it anyway.
Hearing none? We're gonna pay, but this way it's done and everybody knows where it's sitting, right?
Yeah.
So it's,
So. We, if I'm hearing correctly, we're gonna wait to hear from you. Forestville is going to put together an MOU
yes.
and bring it to us.
I'll bring it to you guys on
Okay,
your meeting.
So
on the
what we
20th.
will do is we will put it together for our next meeting. We will pass it.
Mhm.
We're gonna pass it based off of, like, I'm assuming your board's approval, right? Something of that nature. Hand it off to you or you.
Yep,
And you guys will take care of it from there and then we should be good to go.
okay,
Right?
Yeah, that should work.
that sounds great.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I don't think any other questions you have?
No,
Awesome.
on that note.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tom.
See you later.
Take care.
All right. So item number 7 is taken care of. We will move on to item number 8, Southern Door Fire Department report.
All right, here goes. Our last meeting was October 9th, just a couple Wednesdays ago. First item of business being October meeting is the first meeting of our fiscal year is election of officers. Yours truly, we're re-elected president. Pat Olson from the town of Claybanks, vice president. Stephanie Jurgensen, from the village of Forestville was, elected secretary, and Chuck Schley from our town was re-elected treasurer, re-elected. Everybody was re-elected to their current position.
Respected position.
Right, so. The treasurer reported. Give us a second here.
Okay.
The treasurer reported $10,486.80 in checking. $204,566.32 in our money market. In the 3 CDs that we have at the Capital Credit Union, $211,991.24. For a grand total, $427,044.36. The loan left on the fire truck, the one we received last year, the balance left on that is $208,398.43. Chief Olson reported 4 fire calls last month. September 17th at 15:58, County X and County D motorcycle accident with minor injuries. They provided patient care and traffic control. September 25th at 16:15 at 785 County U, a vehicle fire causing grass fires in the ditch. No vehicle was present. There were 5 small grass fires over a quarter-mile stretch in which they all extinguished. The sheriff's department located the vehicle at County J and County S and proceeded to put these stainless steel bracelets on the driver. Right? October 5th at 10:23 at S 1776 State Highway 42 for a brush fire just north of Maplewood. Called in as a fire by a passerby. Permit holder on scene. Responded non-emergency and they wetted down the area as a precaution. October 5th, the same day, 11:49, as they were actually returning to the station from the previous fire. At N 8645 County P mutual aid to Algoma Fire Department for a small shed fire. They provided an engine, a tender, a squad, and a chief. Nine EMR calls since, in the past month. And again, give details as for personal reasons on the EMR calls. Training in October was driver training. It was held just recently, last Monday, I believe, up at the Northeast Asphalt Pit. They go through an obstacle course, in the dark, they drive forward, drive backwards, everybody, the firemen, take turns practicing driving. The burning ban is still in effect until conditions improve. Attended campfires and cooking fires are still allowed. The paving project is complete in the front of the Forestville Fire Station. A lot of places, the pavement was super thick with no base, poured on top of sod, ground. There was no gravel, no pit run in some places. So when they originally did the fire department, they just put down some blacktop. So. They hope to send the new brush truck. For outfitting in November. That's the new 4-door Dodge truck. They're gonna install the pump and. Yeah, and the hoses and everything on back. The DNR grant for the brush truck for the unit has been approved, which will be between $5,000 and $6,500,
Awesome.
depending on how many pans are in the kitty. So Chief Olson submitted that grant to the DNR. It'll be channeled through to the firefighters account because the firefighters are also paying for this slide-in unit for the new fire brush truck. The air packs, which I've been reporting on the last couple months, were ordered and received. We figured
Already?
between 6 and 8 weeks. They came between 6 and 8 days. So I will touch on the funding of that in just in a moment here. They will look to sell the old ones, the old air packs, as once they put the new ones into service, once everybody's been trained in them. Lynn Clark has announced his retirement. We thank him for serving the community for over 33 years. Chiefs meeting on Thursday, October 10th is to finalize the e-Mavis cards, that's electronic Mavis cards. Fire Prevention Week was held at Southern Door Schools on Friday, October 11th, and the open house was held Saturday, October 12th, in Forestville. The firefighters picnic is July 26th next year. In all other matters, section of our meeting, the accountant search, a small committee of executive committee members interviewed 2 candidates last Monday night. And we will submit a recommendation to the rest of the board as to who we think is the best candidate. We have the 2 CDs that are coming due October 24th and October 27th at $53,000 and some respectively and $55,000. The board voted to renew them at this time. And get the best possible rate, which is, we're looking at about 4.65 now that the feds dropped the interest rate. Okay, back to the air packs. The board voted to finance the air packs at 6.25%. Their reasoning was, we're getting, that 1 CD we have is gaining 4.9. So at 1.25% more, financing. I felt we should have cashed in these two CDs that were coming, but the, rest of the board figured that that was a pretty good reason to, at a 1.25%.
Yeah.
But technically, at a 1.25%, so.
That's kind of painful.
See what I'm getting at there?
Yeah,
So,
it does kind of make sense.
anyway, so they voted. So last week I gathered up 3 years worth of financial statements, profit and loss statements, board contact information, gave them my left kidney and my right arm. 40 some pages of copies I turned in to Capital Credit Union, so they're reviewing the loan application right now. So we're not sure, so
Could be worse, it could be a road.
hopefully it's done. So we were thinking we had, into November maybe to get these air packs
Yeah.
paid for, all of a sudden now, October 26th. But the Jefferson Fire and Safety they're gonna give us a little, they realize
Wiggle
that,
room.
they're gonna give us a little wiggle room on that, so.
So were you able to work with Massawappi? Were they able to get any cost break?
No, they are going with a different air pack supplier. So, no cost saving there,
Alright,
so, but we're hoping to recoup some by selling
Yeah.
current air packs, and the air bottles are new, they're only a year old or so. We're not gonna get full price for them, but
Yeah, they're worth something.
if you find the right
Find the right buyer.
find the right buyer, they're worth a little bit, so. That's why, any questions, other questions, or?
No, I was in touch with Richardson on burn ban after that rain, and he said, no, you
Right.
gotta hold on to it, so.
Yep.
We have it on the website, it's a banner, double banner on our website, so.
it's a flaming one.
Flaming ban.
Flaming one.
Yeah, he felt that, we could have took it off for a couple days right after
But
the rain, but
put it
then
right back
then
on.
put it right back on. He said it's
No,
it's
it's
just
just not.
way too much confusion, and
Right,
this way it's countywide and everybody's in the same boat,
right,
so,
I agree.
I haven't heard one complaint.
no.
Everybody knows where we're sitting, so
Yep.
it's, I
She's
don't think any of you guys.
tender
are,
dry.
right?
Oh, yeah, it is.
And especially with all the little grass fires starting here and there. I
Yeah.
think everybody would rather side on caution side than
Right.
not, so. All right, thank you, Lauren.
Yep.
Item number 9, Maplewood Sanitary District. Do we have anything from them?
We just received this in the mail that the rates are increasing October 1st. Larry, I'm sure you received that as well, so
Why would
don't you live in Maplewood?
I don't live in the sanitary district.
Well, we're gonna bill you
Okay.
anyway.
So, I didn't realize that.
Driveway separates that, right?
No clue, okay, well, we got in with,
My daughter
invoice.
gets that.
with the invoice, we received the minutes. And we received that notice that the rates are increasing, so.
Right. Now I'm aware of that, it was interesting.
So fire protection, what does that mean?
If they ever hooked up to the water system?
No, well, it's like average customer, so fire protection is $22.80, a water charge of $47.20, 3,000 gallon usage of $45.21, so your monthly fee is $115.21.
Right? If you're,
So they're paying, cause obviously you're not using it, but they're just keeping it there in
you
case they.
guys can't hook up to those hydrants,
No,
We haven't, and,
you can't.
no,
No, it would
your
just-
pumps draw faster than the hydrants can allow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there for the dogs.
so does that mean they're paying double and being as a Forestville town member?
Nothing would
Resident,
surprise me in
are they
today's
paying
world.
for fire protection on their taxes plus the sanitary district?
I don't know.
That's why I'm asking the question.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know either,
It's for a standby charge,
I don't-
standby or
I have no
Average.
idea.
average customer, both have the fire protection listed. I thought the same thing, but I didn't know what it's for.
I don't either.
Did you ever see it?
Mhm. Suppose we could ask Chris, huh?
Well, yeah, we should ask them. I mean, is this like the private septic thing again? Here we go.
No, it does. Fire protection levy, that says nothing. For water. I don't understand it. There's nothing there. Bruce would be about the only one I could ask, or somebody would know, I don't know, because that doesn't show up in their income or their expenses.
Here.
Fire
are the charts.
protection levy here, look, it says 000, fire protection.
So here's what they're saying. Here are the changes. Water changes will no longer be levied on your taxes. Should see a decrease in taxes. Number two, protection will no longer be levied on your taxes. You should see a decrease in your taxes.
Will maybe they've been charging it all along, I don't know.
For their water and their sewer?
They
You know,
don't have it in that proposed budget. It's all it zeros.
But I still.
Yeah, I know.
But you can't hook up to your hydrant. That's my point.
Did they, 40-some years ago? How long
fire
has sanitary
protection
district
levy,
been?
but isn't fire
This
protection
This
levy?
has not been done since
Yeah.
1983.
So
Or
back in the
cost?
eighties, when Bucks able to hook up to the hydrants?
Never. Never.
That's before my day,
No, they never worried.
there are hydrants, aren't there?
There's hydrants out
Right.
there, but they're not usable.
Right, because you don't have enough water.
Right.
They use them to flush their mains. That's what they use them for,
Okay.
to flush the mains. I mean, that's what they use them for.
This should be kind of called, and ask,
For sample.
right, get a description of why that is.
What that's all about, I have no idea. And
So
no, I don't
That's
live
right.
in that sanitary district.
Right, I
Okay.
just thought you did.
About 10 feet away.
That's close. You could hook out if you wanted to, Barry.
No, they tried that. No, thank you. Mr. Zell tried that
Is that right?
many times.
All right, item number 10, driveway ordinance, restructured and increased fee. Here is the new printed ordinance based off of our one that we have given. Larry came and made some notes on his and what his thoughts are. And
I'm assuming those got,
we went accordingly.
you got it. They got incorporated
Yes.
today, yeah, so.
Well, because that's what I was looking, right, to have some input back, right, because we had questions. and
I
it's like,
gave you input.
well, we got it, so this should be the final copy of replacing the ordinance.
Okay. And then I also did put on the website, the fee increase. And I also changed that so that when people go in there, if they wanna do a manual piece, this is what they get.
The same one,
The same one,
yes, not one from way back,
no,
yes, so that should only be one now.
it'd be really.
Can you do that too with the town hall rental, update that?
That didn't happen yet.
Okay, but it's on your list,
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of things on the list.
okay, well, just saying, because someone.
Your email address got changed, your name got changed. It doesn't say Ruth anymore.
Someone went to the town hall and they mailed it to me and it said April 13th, like this is the day they're renting it, so they had to cross it out and put the actual date they're renting it, so. Just saying,
Okay, yes, I will get that form updated.
thank you.
That one, and there's a couple of others. So this,
This is done exactly, you know. 'cause
when
we
I,
did our-
when I talked with Jan, I went through the bits and pieces of this thing.
Yeah, so here's actually your check page. This is what we went off. After we made our changes and we had our comments,
And then I
and
took
then you
it
checked.
there,
Yep.
I said no to this. and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
commented on some.
And
of
that's
the
how
other
this,
stuff.
this became.
Okay.
Okay. Well, just so you guys know where this all came, right?
Right,
So we first, because it had to be done,
there was a lot of comments there, but, and I talked with Jan on this as well. Because I wanted her to make sure
it matches
that
this,
this matches this, which it now does.
correct?
Yeah, and then there was that, and there was,
Yep,
yeah, okay,
so this is what we went off of.
okay, yeah.
So this. If you look at the last page, which I had a question, 'cause I'm like, shouldn't the entire board sign this? And Jan said, well, because the original one only had two, that's why she did two. I said, well, that'll be fine, we can just pass it. And if the whole board needs to do it, we add a couple lines on it and we'll just change that page.
No, because you are the chair, you sign it, and the clerk attests to it.
And that's how this original one was.
Right,
That's why we left it as only two signatures instead of four.
that's fine. I have no problem with that.
I thought it was kind of, you want this at first, but whatever.
You're just revising.
The only time you actually
It's not
have
brand
all the
new,
whole
so-
board sign something is when you're actually getting funding or something from an outside entity. And we'll find that out soon enough too, on a road project.
Yeah, you're basically, we're updating it is what we're doing, and you're taking out parts that aren't even pertinent in today's thing, and we're making sure that now we have an online presence that this ordinance matches the permit, right? Everything should
Right.
match each other instead of,
Mhm.
well,
Right.
you're done, it's not even right.
Now, did we not, I don't think we embedded the fee in here. did we?
I didn't see one yet.
No,
I think because in the initial thing, we were
we
able to,
decided not to.
right, because you were able
If you change
to,
the fee, you have to change this all over again.
But the idea here is, and this goes back to a discussion I had with or picked up at the Towns Association
Mhm.
convention. In talking with, Carol Norwicki, what we probably should be doing is adopting, annual schedule of fees.
Yeah.
And review that each year,
Mhm.
and that's where those fees, they reference the annual,
Right,
fees.
yeah.
Or the schedule of fees, so that we then aren't always having to go
Redoing the
back.
paperwork, we can always just
redoing the paperwork
for all of
referencing our
them,
fees.
just one,
Once a year.
right, but one ordinance, basically.
For
Right.
fees, for fees.
For
alone.
fees,
For
correct.
fees. Annual fee schedule is what she referred to it as,
Mhm.
which makes sense to me, because otherwise you're dealing with this one now, and then it's a dog license.
Mhm.
Oh, and then it's a driveway permit, oh, and then it's a rental fee, and oh, and it's this some. And she said, make it simple on yourself, just have one schedule of fees.
Mhm.
And we don't have that yet, but we need to.
Well, we could actually do that. I mean, this is when time to comes to review the annual fee schedule will be right around the time we do budget.
Mhm.
Right.
That'd be the perfect time to do it, then pass that, do this, then verse set the,
Yeah,
okay.
Right, because you
I
can
like
just
that.
look at them, and yep, we're fine with it, or
Right.
moving on.
so. I make a motion that we adopt the revised ordinance, which 2024-01. Is that accurate?
So we had passed a couple already.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? We have a 2024-01, which is authorization to borrow for the broadband infrastructure construction.
So this would be O2.
02,
Oh, two.
and it replaces 2015-02. So this actually is 02. I make a motion that we adopt ordinance 2024-02 as a replacement for ordinance 2015-02. Our driveway permit ordinance.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion to accept the ordinance 2024-02 as presented, and it's by Larry, and a second by Jason, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry.
We'll need that.
Yep, I'll sign this at the end for her. Okay, and the fee, we already increased that fee, which we already have on here, and we were saying that it's gonna take effect the first of the year, so we were able to give people notice, right? That was
Right.
last meeting.
Yes,
On
correct.
that.
Same thing with the town hall.
Yep,
Which
correct.
we posted
Yep.
on the website, so we should be
Right.
fine with that.
That's on the website that way as well? Did I get that?
January 1st, it's gonna be in effect, so we need to do that.
And that's in the digital access area.
I mean, because people are calling renting right now for the holidays and it's still at our 2024 fee, so it's 2025.
Okay, so on that reservation form, I have to, get that updated,
Right,
announcing it, and I will do that.
yep, correct.
Okay, as far as the park committee,
When you get that, signed, I need a copy of the new ordinance,
yes,
or
The
do you wanna
paper.
post that?
On the website, I can, where do
Well,
we post it?
yeah,
On the driveway?
no, we're gonna have to go through that.
Okay,
There's some changes I wanna go through with you.
we should
as well.
schedule some time.
Yeah, we will. In other words, we'll need that as a PDF after it's signed, so that we
Okay.
can then, post that to the website.
so I'll sign this at the end of the meeting here with her. When she has what she needs. As far as the information on the park, I had not had very much time. Before the next meeting, we should have, the deed going through the courthouse taken care of, so that the strip of property that was donated is part of the town property at that point in time, so paperwork from SNS has now gotten to us. And we can move forward with that end of it. So, and she's, working on getting numbers. But I have not had any time, honestly. Going 7 days a week here, to help her at this point in time, but as soon as things cool down here in a little bit, in a week or two, then things will get better.
We also had a conversation with the, people at the Towns Association, Teresa.
Right, yeah. I spoke with Erin and she's still working on getting funding. She's like, it would be great to get the price that they're offering at the end of October. But because we don't have all of our funding yet, we're not gonna be able to lock in that price.
Okay,
So, and
so
Erin
that
said
is
she,
a $25,000.
I don't remember the cost, but
It's on that,
she said she's working on getting funding. so-
but they also said that there was other grants that will be coming.
Right.
The
Yeah.
gentleman we
Yeah.
spoke with, so.
Right, so,
That goes away the end of October.
mhm.
whatever.
And she's gonna touch base with Sean
That
again,
one,
just
that-
to let
okay.
him know where we were
Yeah,
at with
that
that.
particular one,
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
Cemetery report, anything?
We are scheduled to do a cleanup on the 24th with the cemetery committee, and that needs to be posted. Jason is gonna join us. He's already done some of the work out there, with the brush around both cemeteries.
okay, so when is this happening? October 24th?
24th,
What time?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay,
We'll start across the street from, the church in Maplewood Cemetery. And then we'll move on to the, Brockhausen Cemetery for our cleanup. And also we'll be marking, rows and aisles, based on what we did this spring in placing the new markers. We now know where these are, and now can find them. And so, and then you mowed all of that tall grass, which was covering a lot of that area. So we're gonna do all that on Thursday. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. In a way, I wished it would, but it won't.
Is that what, October?
there's,
October 24th at many.
Okay.
24th at 9
So
o'clock.
you came and brushed some of that down, did you hit this?
He did that.
Over here?
He did the town, he did all of it.
Yeah. I didn't go back over to.
No, I was just talking.
Yeah, I just did the outside because I started working my way and I was like, well, maybe I could start with your trail going towards Anapee and start taking out more stuff. And I thought, well, I better wait and find out.
wait until we have that deed.
Yeah,
It's not our hand yet.
I was gonna pull a Joe, I was gonna start chopping trees down.
So,
I mean, it's all good. Like I said, I just got the
Yeah.
paperwork
Right.
back from Randy because he had to get it through
Right.
their channels and everything else too.
so anyway, that's the plan. We'll do the cleanup, we'll pull the stuff out, Jim Jadarsky will be bringing his part. Jeff Hansen is bringing us a new set of stakes. The old ones were getting rotten. Jason's already knocked down
Yeah.
the exterior, trash, so we'll just take care of
I just
that.
gotta get the front ditch over there by rock housing.
Right.
Yeah, just,
That's not much.
it's nothing.
Okay, so that's the cemetery report.
Anything more on broadband or is it still based off of? last month?
There's a lot going on broadband. There's a Thursday. There's a broadband summit that's going on. And Jessica Hatch asked to have a representative from the town. I talked with Roy about that. He may well attend that broadband meeting. I have another commitment. I cannot make it. Jessica sent me a note, reaching out to the committee chairs, and Roy is actually our committee chair in that area. Regarding the summit to provide the agenda and the registration, hope so you or someone from Forestville can join us. So I've then talked to Jessica and the Public Service Commission.
You don't know if Roy's willing to go yet?
I talked to him earlier today, yes. He'll try to make it. It's a long day. It's like 8:30 till 3 or something like that. And it's New York, so it's an economic development program. And he wants to be part of that because he is the chair for the committee here. But what we're more interested in is the letter of engagement that is going to be needed by the Public Service Commission. So Jessica sent me this thing last week, asking, there's a draft of a letter that we can submit to the Public Service Commission in support of the ISP's application to bid on the project for the town of Forestville. So in the letter, they're asking basically for us to say, well, outline what commitment you have made. They can get up to 4 letters on the broadband, the ISP can have up to 4 letters of recommendation. So the county, Jessica Hatch will provide a letter, and then we will have to provide a letter. But we can't provide a letter until they actually create the bid. Bid isn't available because they haven't gotten the maps. And the maps have to be out before they can decide to bid on it. And then they will have, their grant applications are due on December the 18th.
Government.
So is Roy heading all this, getting the letters of intent? That's what he's doing, right?
No, not yet.
For our township, I thought that's what he
Well,
would be.
here's the sample letter,
Right,
and basically, we're to explain in our agreement that we have with Brightspeed, we already have that in place, but now they're giving us guidance on how we should compose a letter. So I will start with this with Roy and try to get this letter pulled together. And we then will have to submit this once we hear from Brightspeed that they indeed are going to bid on the program for Forestville.
Are they,
They cannot bid until they see the map. And it's broken down into what they refer to as Lego blocks.
so who has the map? The county?
No, the Public Service Commission. is going to ask for these applications, but they don't have anything to give to them, so they know what they're going to apply for. So they have not announced where these locations are. And in the town of Forestville, the northeast corner is serviced by a different incumbent carrier. Yeah. And these maps do not honor the municipal boundaries. So towns, cities, doesn't make a difference. Doesn't look at those boundaries. It looks at the boundaries of service from incumbent carriers. So who's gonna bid on what? And what will we then be asking for in that process? And they won't know until they can get the map. Now, we can go on the Public Service Commission, and I did look on that Public Service Commission maps, and virtually our entire town is either underserved or unserved. We're way up there, underserved or unserved, almost the entire town. And so to me, it's just an exercise that this BEAD funding program is a problem in that they haven't put it out there for everybody to know what's going on. But when they do, you'll have to turn on a dime. That basically, we'll have to have a letter ready to go, and I'll work with Roy on getting that letter ready to go for next month. Because by next month, I would hope we would know what is Brightspeed in fact bidding on the project that we have for the town of Forestville. That's the long and short of it. I'm in touch with Jessica Hatch at the county level all the time with this. Okay. So it's going on now. That should be on our agenda for next month again.
Right.
It always is.
There's one.
Okay,
Yeah, it isn't.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
Item 14, HayGov and website updates, anything there?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's there. I've been putting things together on the website, trying to clean up some problems we had. Because on payments, Dina had brought up last month that she would get a payment and it would just say strike payment.
Right, you don't know what it's for.
So at the convention, I managed to get a hold of the people at the HayGov people, and we were able then to get notes added to our payments. So we just have had one payment, and that was on the 10th of October, is when it's settled. So, but I don't know if we got the money in the bank.
we did a refund for a security deposit.
No, I'm talking about Pamela Bush.
Oh, yeah, she paid online to book the talk.
Yes.
Yep,
Now, that monies should have gone into the system.
Right.
And I don't know if it had that
I don't either.
note, but it should be for town hall rent.
Yep.
And these notes should be showing up now. It's called metadata, and they weren't showing up. So we've got that fixed. Teresa still had Ruth Kirsch's name on the email.
Yep.
That's been cleaned up. And so I've been working with the people, at Town Web and also at HayGov. We've got their combined billing taken care of. I think it was a month ago, we took care of
Yeah,
that.
we took care of that last.
And now, I told them that their support processes are lacking a bit. Because I have a handbook on, here's your guidance, but this website isn't anything like that. And what I found out at the convention is that they're, going to update the support, interface. So when Teresa logs in as clerk or I log in as clerk, then we make changes, we add stuff, we can do things, but there's no clear cut instruction. So Teresa and I spent, an hour and a half or two here
Yeah,
the other day, a week ago or so, trying to get some of this stuff covered. There's a number of other things that we need to cover, on the postings as well. So there's changes adding, I did take care of that, driveway permit. I'm working on the other permits. So, yeah, it's still under. I don't know if that's ever, going to be, simple because everything changes continually. Just like Chief Olson, put on a fire ban. Oh, okay, fine. Boom. We needed a ticker. Ticker didn't work.
Hmm.
They fixed that. So the fire ban works now. So anyway, it continues and, it's gonna be a process, but we're gonna get it taken care of. And Teresa just enjoys that world, right?
We just keep on training.
Yeah. Yes, we continue training.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Correspondence? Do you have anything for correspondence?
Just that election, that in-person absentee ballot starts tomorrow. So I have hours 5 to 7, but I'm gonna come here. I already have like people coming in the 24th and 28th.
In-person
Absentee ballot. So you just come here, make an appointment with me, fill out your ballot.
Oh, so they'll fill it out here and
Yeah,
then,
then you just put it in the envelope. and-
because it almost didn't make sense when you were saying it.
Right.
In-person absentee.
Ballot. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Either that or go to your house.
Yeah, I'm having them all come here because everybody knows where this is, so it's so much
Yeah,
easier,
this is-
yeah. So we're testing the ballot October 29th next week, Tuesday, so we're doing that. So,
Okay, I had just a couple of things come. Roy sent this, county permit comparison, so they're raising their fees for,
Yeah.
for the ditch stuff on their end of the world. We kind of pass that around. I also had received, from Lynn Brettel, a concern on contacting you, not sure, if we can do anything, but she's saying that there's branches and trimmings on a person's property at the corner of West Center Road and Highway 42. There is a tree by a yellow house. So I drove down there, but I'm thinking, when I look, I can see fine. That would be the one where
Yeah.
Conrad was questioning the culvert and stuff, okay? But she's like, well, you can't really see when you almost gotta keep pulling out to pull into that lane. Well, I don't really know what to say with that. First, it's on private property, you're not even in the right of way. And I could see fine, so I didn't do it, it's right up here. So if you came down
On the south.
right by the Christmas tree farm there.
Oh, you're old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've gone to that corner, I know where they're talking and. Yeah, you do pull out a little bit more to look down, but I mean, it's private property, there's really nothing. anybody
Right,
can do about
we
that.
can't really,
There's Rosewood in South Carolina.
Well, there's a large tree
It's
there,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean, that's not gonna,
So I mean, I didn't really do anything with it because, but I just thought I'd
It
let
came
you guys
through
know.
as,
Yeah, she just sent it over here,
right,
as an email to me and,
well.
I just said I'd take a look at it, which I did. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it.
we also got a call on Anschutz Road. 'Cause some of the brush is growing into the roadway, and so we went down, took a look at it, and, yeah, I did call Bader. I
Yep,
have him go take a look at it. He says he's gonna look at it. He said it probably won't cost a lot. He said he'll let me know. They're currently out brushing and I think town of Pierce and another area. And then when he comes back, he said he'll probably just swing over there and he'll let us know. He'll give us a price. So
The Anschutz Road,
yeah, Anschutz Road where they,
where we took the trees down?
yeah, some of the where the stumps are, the stuff
Oh,
you push out
okay.
because they're,
because they're cut.
yeah. 'Cause
The
they're cut.
suckers are.
But
cut.
they cut them high.
Yeah, so they got the suckers are gonna come. It's just
Sure.
creating a bush area. So
Right.
he's.
Well, we had that same problem on the road.
Right, and so he said I think he was supposed to send me a message tonight yet. He said he was gonna go take a look at it earlier. In fact, I got nothing here, so he'll probably let us know, so.
All right, item number 16, roads and road work. So we can discuss the loan, commissioners of public land.
okay. Here's our paperwork. So we were at the town conference or the WTA annual conference and we spoke to a representative from
Who's
the Public
the guy,
Land
yeah.
Commission. and he told us we should fill out the application and then they would mail us
The formal.
the formal. So, they said that we would need to review this. And
This is the
this is
actual,
the actual application. And in order to approve it, we have to say certain verbiage to approve it. And we have to then send them a copy of our minutes saying the verbiage that was said. to
Did he
approve the
tell
vote.
you what verbiage you want?
it's all.
It's all
Hang
in the
on.
packet.
all part of
And
the
I looked
stuff.
at this packet yesterday, so I apologize. I didn't really review it myself, so,
This is what he said he was going to send.
yes, this is, remember at the WTA?
Right.
Yep, so this is our packet here.
I'm thinking this is the form of the record of his, I'll follow the preamble.
This is in essence the resolution. Form of record. This is the
What page are you
resolution.
on?
I,
Pages 4, 5, and 6.
hopefully I have these in the
4, 5,
right,
6, well, I mean, you got 6 on. You
the
got 6
opposite
twice.
side. Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah. so-
Oh,
and we
Yeah.
got 4, 4, 5, I don't know where it's 5, 5.
Well,
I got 4,
yeah, I got
4,
4.
I got 2 and 2.
2, 2, 4, 4,
Oh, you
and
guys
6.
switched
Everybody
paperwork.
switch.
switch
I
paperwork.
got 2.
I
But
got,
they're back
I
to
got
back.
2.
I don't have 3, I don't have 5.
Oh,
Okay, so we can at least look at the one you have, right?
3, 4, yeah, 5 is,
Back,
you don't
back,
have this?
No,
Okay, this is the original, then.
Okay. Should we?
yeah, but we gotta see,
We're
give
gonna
them
keep
back
the
that
original,
original.
yes,
Yeah.
we have to keep the original because that has a seal on it. So,
Right, so basically,
I don't know that I have this.
And you probably don't.
they have to be, this has to be filled in. We've gotta complete this form, fill it all in,
And then we have to make a motion,
and then make a motion to
say
adopt
whatever
it.
the verbiage says. And then we gotta,
Yeah, I'm gonna give this back to you, because it's so confusing.
so here's the original. if you wanna
yep,
look
look
at
at that one.
Okay, so that's
that.
what
The
we should be
original,
looking at.
that's what you should be looking at.
Cause this almost looks like broadband.
Okay, okay,
It's like-
This is bad.
yeah, and again, this one has a seal on it for the signature.
Yeah, so that's
So
the
this
actual.
is the official,
Yep,
Yeah,
and we've gotta complete this, and it has to be approved before we can submit it. Now,
so do we wanna do a separate meeting to look at this? And do,
One,
because that document,
should.
according to this paperwork, I think that document has to be presented to the.
it has to be
First.
presented to, it has to be returned to the Commissioner of Public Lands. They then take it as an application, a formal application, that their board has to approve.
Okay,
And once their board approves it, then it comes back to us
okay,
in the way of a grant
okay,
or a loan. So
but we can't do that until, we can't pass an ordinance.
well, it's a resolution.
it's a
Right.
resolution. We have to have a meeting to pass that,
That's.
and it's gotta be
separate meeting.
completed.
Yeah,
okay,
And I would not wanna do that on the fly tonight.
no.
okay, that's what I
Yeah.
was asking, cause I
That's,
didn't want
that's
to
what I'm
leave
saying,
it,
we should be.
cause I didn't give anybody
Yeah.
enough time to prepare.
Right,
Yeah,
but and then that form has to be completed, it's got the seal already.
Mhm.
yeah,
But this was something different than what they used to do, Ruth, where you used to just send it in and they would basically bring the money around. Now, they send you, we filled out the form at the convention
yeah,
requesting that they send us an application.
and this is.
That's the application. We then, as a board, have to complete that and approve it in the form of a resolution.
Well, we're gonna need to do that,
A separate meeting,
Right.
And
but I mean, it's fairly soon, right?
yeah,
I would say so.
I would have copied it out,
Well,
Yeah.
I'll take it, no.
yeah,
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
You can give it like yesterday.
what I did after I was at in the conference, I went down and I grabbed this. I grabbed this information. And this was the
showing that.
form that Teresa completed. Was that form,
Just to get the paperwork.
Yeah,
just to get the
right.
paperwork. And this, yeah, that was the form.
Yeah.
And Teresa and I were looking at that, realizing what had to be done and agreed, yes, complete that.
That's the top 11 mistakes we must not make in order to get the funding.
Yep.
On a big yellow paper.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I'm telling you, it's,
And you know, I probably got it last week in the mail,
Approving
but I didn't
application
open it
before
till last
receipt.
night.
Well,
I
we
didn't
got it.
think to,
That
yeah.
one, that's
Had
step
it been
one.
open, we
That's
could have
why,
it
yeah,
open
it's-
tonight.
But there was
Do you
several
think
meetings
so?
for this, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, we could have had the resolution available to be signed, but we don't have it.
Mhm,
So we'll have to have a special meeting just to take care of that,
mhm.
because you're gonna get a bill from the county soon, I would suspect.
You're getting parts of it.
We already
Yeah.
got some of the bill.
Correct. We're
Yep.
getting parts of, right, because that's how they do it as it's done. It
Right,
falls in, so,
but pretty soon they're gonna want money.
yeah, pretty soon.
So can we wait till next month?
I don't know, you can,
But then they have to approve it at their board. meeting.
right, it's gonna take, I don't think you should wait till next month.
I don't either. That's why we spilled the paperwork out in Stevens Point.
Well, it's not like they can come repossess the road from us, so.
I mean, I know they'll be patient with us or whatever, and they're not done with the whole road yet, but.
Anyway, this was the procedure as to how you go about it. And these rates are changing. What did you say, Ron? You guys got a 4.5 rate? Alone?
For your loan,
6 and quarter.
6.25.
Ours is
these are
5.
fives,
Yeah.
These are at 5.
because you were thinking.
We said
10
3 years.
3 years,
to
yeah.
Yeah, we said 3 years.
This
And
first
that's-
payment is due March 15th.
Yeah, and they're 5% from 2
annual
years or 3 to
payment.
5 years, so it really,
Yeah,
Right, but you can prepay early.
yeah,
you
we
pay it
asked
off
that,
early,
so.
Anyway,
okay.
Okay,
so we'll have to do that, I think.
Another meeting for that.
Yeah, that's a gotta happen thing.
Road work right away, I don't know, you really have time for that today?
No, I don't have anything on it.
Right. Update on Old Krieger Road and County Line Road, so right now the road is done. The lines have to be painted, which will happen here within the next 2 weeks.
Wait a minute.
They started,
Yeah.
then I think the machine broke.
Bought some time.
So they took it away.
We're
So,
gonna paint those?
have to, that's part of the,
That's part of that.
So that was part of the bid,
yes, that's
because
part
it
of.
bring it up to county
Right,
standard.
Yeah.
Correct,
Yep.
so
Got
that's
it.
what the state requirement was in, their requirements.
Okay. Cause none of our other roads. are-
Yes, which is,
That's another issue.
so. That's all in line of happening, the paving got done over by the culvert on, North Forest. Idlewild status, the application is sent to the state. They send it back because they're saying they wanted us to be like joint, not doing it the way we're doing it. So then Skylar sent it back saying, okay, now we're joint, so. It's a process, of
Oh,
making that
you need to
happen,
make, for us to take care of a little piece,
because it's 2 municipalities, so the,
right, but that.
They
has a
want-
bearing on whether or not to get your money.
correct, so. They're working all that out, the emails have been going back and forth, and I think they got it somewhat under control, so.
Okay.
We'll see how that all plays out, now it's up to them, and I think that's just your waiting period of. I don't know, when it's like March or something, that they let you know, it's quite some time.
I forgot correspondence, I should do. Do we have correspondence? Should we do that?
We did, why, you need something? Unusual.
This is just some information picked up from the county, from the town association conventions. And, you had made comment you were interested in that process of withdrawing from county zoning. Town, and, there was quite a presentation by, several different individuals. So this is just additional information from the meeting, stuff they had covered, and I grabbed it thinking,
We can look it over.
look this over if you want. So
Perfect.
that was something else that was at the meeting. So much stuff down there. with one man. Sorry, I was a bit late on that.
No worries. One thing we probably should talk about here is while we're on roads. We want to do our fall inspection.
Road inspection.
When do we want to do that? I know it doesn't feel like it's getting fall,
But it's, oh,
because it's 70 degrees out and it's beautiful. Lord's still in shorts, but it could change any minute.
it will change any minute
Do your road inspection and your resolution for meeting.
at the same time.
Same time, possibly.
Yeah.
How about on the 5th?
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, my God.
She caught that one right
Oh,
away.
my God, no.
We'll sell crazy somewhere else.
Well,
So do we wanna, bump it down?
yeah,
Like the 12th, the 13th?
I'd be available either one of those days of November.
Yeah.
Our road inspection going in November now.
Well, I mean, you could go up after the
Oh,
election, but I don't
sorry.
know, do you wanna do that? You got the 7th, you've got,
Oh, yeah, that's right, there's that, yeah.
Sixth or
Forgot about
seventh,
that.
no, I don't wanna do it the sixth. But.
not the day after election, cause
No, no.
God only knows if there's something stupid and we gotta deal with whatever.
The 8th is looking good.
The eighth would work,
We could do it the 8th.
okay.
Should we do it the 8th?
Yeah.
And then do we say we're gonna have our meeting at that same time? We've got to do the meeting in the morning and then we'll go do our road inspection after?
Yep.
That way the meeting is posted and it's just one instead of paying twice.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll start at what time you wanna start?
Hmm. Road review. Usually we start that at 8:30. So do you wanna bump it up a half hour and start at 8? Is that too early for you guys?
Not for me, it's not too early.
Kevin's thinking 4 o'clock. 4 a.m.
We're good.
Cause
You wanna do your meeting beforehand or afterhand?
Well, that's kind of what I'm at. That's what I'm,
What would work for Teresa?
our clerk is gonna have to be there.
Morning would work. I prefer 8, so.
8 AM,
that
Yeah,
we-
Friday morning.
Yeah, that works better for me.
So the meeting at 8 AM.
Yeah.
And the road inspection after.
Okay,
Cause that's nothing for me, cause I'm getting home from work at that hour.
Right. Okay, good. Another notice.
Okay. Cause I don't wanna miss it. All right, so we'll do the meeting for the Public Lands Commission. At that point,
Yep.
we'd have a chance to
yeah,
maybe scan it and email it to us, so we can kind of
Yes.
look at it, right? We'll
Yeah,
fill
I
it
will,
out, we got
yep.
a little time. Right, cause that'll give you a little time after,
Yeah, that would be good.
cause you're gonna have your hands full here for the next.
2-3 weeks.
so we'll have the meeting at 8 in the morning to look at
The commission,
the public lands law.
yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So that way she can get that off to them and that's all done. Can anybody think of anything else while we're up in that road area, correspondence area? I think that's about it, huh?
I think that's about it, yeah.
All right, we're gonna close that, and go on to payment of bills.
We have checks, 17072 to 082. So, I suppose you want the detail that goes with all that?
Usually help.
Okay. Was,
So we'll meet,
Okay, 9:18.
oh, here's detail. Here's the invoices,
wait a sec, gonna be-
normal bill.
I'm still fixing my calendar.
I suppose
So
that's,
on
do you
November,
want me to do checks to invoices?
November 8th, so what you're
That
saying?
way,
Yeah.
you know what I
Okay, I got
mean?
it.
That way, you know, that check goes with that invoice and,
Yeah, well, here's
Yeah.
kind of in order, so here,
Yeah.
Larry,
yeah, the
take
first
that one
one,
first,
yeah, that goes
Then
under
this
the
one,
Oh,
and then
this
first
is the
check.
first guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then this would be the second.
Yeah.
And the third.
Wait a minute, how come? Hold on. Gotta keep them in order,
Yes, that's
cause
right.
I'm looking at 360.
Yeah.
Yes, now that,
Yeah,
comes. So now, as I
Now
go,
we're
I'll
going.
pull them.
See, I took them that way to Dina. I'm like, here, sign all these and then. Yeah,
Okay. All right, so that's, got it.
yeah, and then like that goes with the building
Yep.
inspection. That's the reports for the month.
I'm confused.
With-
This, oh, this is for a check for $386 to lawn care.
But his bill is 510.
Because there's a balance forward on there, so I don't know if he didn't receive our check from the last month. So,
But this one's now 756.
right, because there's a balance forward on that one too, because last month I paid him. So,
So they,
Well, we should call and ask him.
yep, he's on my list, yep.
all right. Did you
Cause that'll
sign
be it,
it?
he'll stop cutting lawn just like that.
One day I personally
Yeah, they get a
delivered his
shovel.
check. He was out cutting grass and I was to the mailbox. I stopped and I delivered his check.
This is from Brett.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that
Is
one?
another weird one?
What's
Oh,
that
no.
one for?
Okay,
Is that the garbage?
No.
no, this is. This is the.
Oh, that's the sanitary. Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, so this one you'll be reimbursed for.
That's, remember, that's yours. Yep,
Yep, this one
Yeah.
we will get reimbursed back for.
yep.
Cause I need that, I gotta tie in the gravel cost. To go to Butch Steiner.
Right.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, we'll take care of it. Okay.
Oh, this is
The
Yeah.
culvert,
the
The
culvert, we
culvert, yeah.
talked about that,
Yep.
yep.
got it.
That's the garbage. Yeah.
That's,
We got new
I was really
garbage.
kind of hoping that grass would have got going over there on
Yeah.
that road that, when they redid
I know.
the ditch over there. I was
Before,
really hoping the grass would really got going over there, cause it could,
but you need water,
right. Cause at one point you look at it, and it's like, is it really,
so this is part of
Deep
that.
enough for-
okay.
they put a little bit of
I'm gonna
Right
see what
there?
that is.
but I'm hoping it's gonna be enough to
Yes,
flow the
correct.
water, cause it.
Oh,
looked like it-
here's the invoice
But
right
yeah,
here. It says the
Yeah, no, I
breakdown.
saw that,
Okay, yeah.
I saw that,
Oh, okay.
this I know what this is because,
You gave me
Yep.
that, but I didn't print it because I had it saved.
well,
I wasn't thinking about printing it at the time.
did you even get a chance to see him or you seen him before?
No, I've seen it already.
Okay,
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
A second.
all right, I have a motion made to pay the bills as presented.
But really,
And by Larry and seconded by Jason. Before we carry that, I just got one quick question. There's usually the credit card.
I gave that to Dina to pay.
So, but we should okay that
Oh,
as part of this pack. Do
okay,
you know what that total was?
no, do not. Yeah, this goes to Dina.
So for the,
that's what, good.
I gave that to her last month.
for the WTA conferences and stuff,
It could be,
$273,
yeah, that would be it, like $273 and.
$273.
If you want to add that with this motion,
Yeah, right,
so that.
so that,
Yeah, so whatever that she has there on.
Right.
oh, she has it on the
Yeah,
report.
it's on the
Cause I
report.
gave her the bill before, so she paid it
Right,
right
but
away.
it's just how
Yep,
the date then
Yep.
comes out in the plate.
yep.
And that comes out.
And was there any
Uh,
other thing that was kind of
What
goofy?
date?
Sometimes that she had always have,
And what?
1021
Yep, that should
should
show.
be the,
On the third street.
It's $271, I think is the dollar amount.
273 according
or
to
two
this.
seventy-three, I know, I'm,
Where is that?
Right here. Right, just above the town of.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's, patents and stamps.
stamps and registration
So,
fee for the conference,
What part did she pay on the conference?
the registration,
Registration fees.
yeah,
Oh, the
The
original
200,
registration.
yeah, the
fee.
200,
Yes,
yeah.
okay,
and $73 was for stamps.
right. Yeah, boy, that was a real fiasco when I went to check in down there. Lucy made those reservations on your credit card. It's no longer active. They had me in 2 different rooms. It was just a squirrely mess. Yeah, $273. Yeah.
Okay, so we're okay adding that, to
Yeah.
the motion,
Yeah,
correct?
yes, I agree.
All right. The bills will be paid. Larry's giving me a motion to pay the bill as presented with the credit card,
Now, 200.
and Jason has,
I second it.
seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that will carry. All other matters authorized by law. Do you have anything?
I don't know,
Okay, neither do I. Announcements?
WTA will probably be at the next meeting, they had to cancel this time around, so,
WTA.
not WTA.
Door County
County
Economic Development.
No,
or
Door County
Destination
Destination.
Door County.
She'll probably be at the next meeting, so 10-minute presentation, so.
Okay. Discussions and items intended for future meetings?
Oh, I just did that.
We'll have to post for the road review,
Road here.
Yeah,
the Bureau of Public Lands loan application,
yeah,
and also cemetery cleanup.
Yep.
So those will have to get out a little later tomorrow.
and then this MOU for Anna P, we'll have to work on that.
Yeah, we'll have that, the
Yeah.
ordinance for that.
Right, and we still have the outstanding thing with the right of way, if I can get that pulled together. And,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
there's been a lot going on.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll come. And it's not like they're gonna be digging tomorrow anyway, so
You know,
we'll have, things will cool down a little bit in the winter and then we'll be able to get on a few of these things maybe. All right, so item 20 should be taken care of. Next town board meeting will be November 18th, 2024, immediately after the budget hearing and special meeting at 6:30 PM. So, looking for an adjournment, and then we will work on the budget for 2025.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
All right, I have a motion from Jason to adjourn and a second from Larry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, it'll carry. Meeting adjourned.